Listening to the Learning Clinic on CKLU 96.7 FM. I'm your host, Bob Kerwin. I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to share with you some information that I have been reading that's contained in the TOP report that is annually put out by the Sudbury Manitoulin Workforce Partnerships Board. Sudbury Manitoulin Workforce Partnerships Board is an organization that is funded by the government and is responsible for examining trends, opportunities, and priorities in the labor market in particular areas. There are partnership boards throughout Ontario. The report I'm looking at is the one that was done in March of 2009, and this report focuses on the trends and developments within the labor market and the industries that are located in the greater Sudbury area. What I want to talk about is the fact that when the report was done and they were taking a look at the trends and opportunities and priorities in this area, they came up with 3 areas of concern, and these 3 areas of concern have remained relatively unchanged for a number of years. So the top 3 areas of concern that were identified by the people who were taking part in the survey are, number 1, lack of essential skills; secondly, skilled trade shortages; and third, workforce shortages. I want to examine this issue of lack of essential skills first of all. Now, when we talk about essential skills, we're talking about skills that are the fundamental skills that make it possible to learn all others. In other words, you have to have certain skills that enable you to learn other skills. Now, these are things like reading text, using documents, numeracy, writing, oral communications, thinking skills, computer use, and working with others. Regardless of whether you're in school or whether you are at work, these are skills that you need in order to be able to learn other skills, in order to be able to learn how to do your job, to learn the material that's needed in your courses in order to pass, to get your diploma, to get your training. And what the people in this that put this report together found was these essential skills are lacking, especially lacking in people who are entering the workforce. Now, there are some other work habits, or what they call soft skills, that are included in this. Those include continuous learning. In other words, the habit or the skill of constantly wanting to improve yourself. But that's a work habit. The desire for continuous learning. Teamwork. You can't work or go to school anywhere today without being able to work in a team. Everything seems to be about teamwork today. And this is a work habit. This is a skill that is lacking, especially lacking in people who are entering the workforce today. Initiative. The desire to get up and do things on your own without being told. People are lacking initiative. Entrepreneurship. Now, entrepreneurship is seriously lacking in a lot of people, despite the fact that when you take a look at people entering the workforce out of post-secondary school today, many of the people in their mid-20s and 30s are forced to start their own business because they can't find any place where they can work, where they can use their skills that they've gathered from their post-secondary courses. But knowledge about how to form your own business, entrepreneurship, seriously lacking among people today. Working safely. Lots of accidents on the job with young people. Far more than with the older people who have been around for a while. So this whole skill of learning how to work safely and to do things in a safe way, we have to really improve that skill in young people. Customer service. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, you can all cite stories of when you've gone in to buy something and you've been treated very rudely by someone who's been supposedly there to serve your needs. So this whole area of customer service is lacking. Reliability, punctuality, being at work on time. I mean, those used to be considered very important skills, and yet they're lacking. Proper attire, dressing for the job, dressing for the situation you're in. I mean, we have an awful lot of people who go through school dressing any way they want and with outrageous clothes and having no care really for how they're impacting other people around them, simply because they want to be themselves. But when you're going to work, when you're working for an employer, you have to dress according to the culture and the environment that you're in. It doesn't make any sense to wear a suit to be an auto mechanic, but it doesn't make any sense to wear overalls if you're going to be working in a lawyer's office. And yet, the ability to know what to wear and when to wear it seems to be a skill that's lacking. Now, one of the other things that people have mentioned when they were doing this report was that the development of an awful lot of these essential skills and soft skills really is the responsibility of parents. That you can learn an awful lot of these skills at school, but parents have to take on more of a responsibility and more of a role in developing the soft skills that are needed, these transferable skills, these skills that anybody can learn. But if you don't have these skills developed, if you don't refine these skills, you're going to have a hard time receiving the training and the education that's needed in order to get into the careers that you want to get into. So we've got our work cut out for us. Parents today, if you really want to help your children succeed in school, take a look at some of these essential skills. Take a look at improving literacy, improving numeracy, improving writing, oral communications, using documents, using computers. Help your children develop skills that they're going to be able to take with them, regardless of where they go to school, regardless of what grade level they're at. But these work habits, especially the work habits, a love of learning, being able to work with others, taking initiative, reward initiative in your children. Teach your children about business. Let them set up a Kool-Aid stand in the summertime. Let them take on a paper route. Let them learn what it is like to be in business for themselves and reap the rewards. Make them become very much aware of of the importance of safety. Whether you're at home in the backyard and you've got a backyard trampoline, don't allow two people to go on there at once. I mean, how often do you see kids on a trampoline with 4 or 5 of them are jumping around, the parents are watching? That's an unsafe situation. You should start making safety an important priority around the home. Then your children will develop these soft skills, and the soft skills are going to lead to success. So out of the top 3 concerns that were expressed by the top report in 2009, lack of essential skills of entry-level applicants was one of the major ones that was brought out. And an awful lot of people doing the survey are people who are business leaders and professionals and people who run institutions, and they were explaining some of the concerns that they have about entry-level applicants coming into the workforce. The other 2 top trends, skilled and trade shortages. Obviously that's something that's been happening for a long time. We've been predicting a shortage of skilled trades. We've been trying to encourage students to get into programs where they are learning a trade. We're still facing a major skilled and trade shortage in this country. And in the other area of demographic shifts, aging workforce, challenges in the generational workplaces,